Hi everyone, we are team number 3 and I'm the first presenter, Choi-in Chang. This is our weekly study plan, and for this week, we studied construction part, the ACS form. Last week, we presented about structural part, the outrigger and buttress, and then diagrid. This week, we would like to introduce ACS, the auto climbing system form. Before that, let's take a look at the brief construction process of Lotte Tower. The actual construction period was 7 years. From 2010 to 2016, there was a construction permit and a foundation, construction floors, and fire completions. It was from 2012 to 15 that the floors began to be raised from first floor to 123rd floor. It means that it actually took about 4 years to build 123rd floors. In other words, it took 11 days on average to raise one floor. This is the period during which construction was suspended and the installation of outrigger and buttresses on a specific floor was taken into account. Actually, in fact, one floor could be raised every 5 days. How? The key to being able to construct so quickly lies in the application of a special form called ACS. Before that, let's briefly find out what the form is. When carrying out the construction of a framework, the concrete should be accompanied by a form that can maintain its shape. In normal building, relatively simple forms such as standardized Euroform can be used for frame construction. However, the framework of a skyscraper requires a special form. This is because the process of installing and dismantling common forms, such as Euroform, is too labor-intensive for high-rise building. In addition, in the case of skyscraper, concrete construction will be carried out to meet the construction period. Lower-rise framework will be carried out at the same time. So, the requirements for the forms used for construction of skyscrapers are as follows. It is ability to mass construction, optimization of setting and demolding, and ability to merge works. It is the ACS form that satisfies these. Then, what is ACS? It's a short for auto climbing system. It is a type of a large system form. ACS is a framework method that can shorten the construction period by auto-climbing the form and the foothold by hydraulic system without replacing the form. Let's see how it works through the video. This is the mechanism of ACS that actually worked at Lotte Tower. After fixing the form, lay rebars and concrete, and after the strength is secured, the foam is dissolved and raised through the hydraulic system. Next, let's look at the ACS configuration. The system, which was used at the Lotte Tower, consists of a basic 4 floors of foam and scaffoldings. This picture shows that ACS applied to the core construction site and used. Concrete casting work and rebar location work can be performed on the 2 upper floors. And this is concrete casting work. And this is rebar location work. At the middle layer, the concrete framework can be carried out for the first. And this is molding. Secondly, there is a hydraulic mechanism installed to make the ACS foam rise automatically. And we will deal with it a few slides next. And this is a hydraulic machine. And finally, the lowest floor has a layer with anchors that hold the ACS. And this is the anchor, how it looks like. And at the circle, there's a shoe anchor. Shoe anchor is an anchor that supports the ACS foam on the wall after it is moved. This is mechanism by which the ACS rises. First, the foam is deformed. Secondly, the hydraulic system operates to raise the ACS. Third, fix it to the wall through the shoe anchor. Finally, fix the foam to the part where it is to be laid in place. The cycle takes a total of 3 to 5 days. Means it takes up to 5 days to raise the RC framework one floor. This is why Lotte Tower was able to quickly raise the floor.
Next, I am the second presenter, Jo Young-jun. Let's look at the specialty of the ACS. ACS had earlier said it belongs to a large system formwork. So, among all those system forms, let's find out why ACS could be chosen. For now, there are three main types of large system formwork used to build such high-rise buildings. First is gang form, second is slip form, and lastly is ACS. First of all, the gang form is simply surveying a large mold with a foothold into the wall with a tower crane. In other words, a tower crane is a must every time the floor goes up. Also, the higher the floor, the easier the wind is, the harder it becomes to cultivate and fix the gang form. Lotte Tower is a 123-story skyscraper, so this mold cannot be used. In fact, gang forms are mostly used in building construction with 25 stories or less. Second is the slip form. Slip form, like ACS, is a form that can automatically rise through hydraulic devices. It can also be seen that the process cycle is shorter than ACS 5-day period, 2 days on the first floor. However, the slip form cannot be divided into sections. Construction is difficult when the core wall shape is changed and the construction period is delayed. In particular, Lotte Tower has smaller section of core walls and mega columns as it goes higher. That is, the slip form cannot be used because there are restrictions on construction due to changes in the cross-section of the core wall. Finally, it is ACS. The ACS automatically rises through the hydraulic system and does not need a tower crane. As the ACS rises as needed, an automatic sliding system is applied to reduce the work stress. It can also flexibly cope with changes in construction section. Therefore, ACS was applied to Lotte World Tower. Now, let's find out how ACS was actually applied at the construction site of Lotte World Tower. When constructing the frameworks of Lotte World Tower, the construction towers were divided into two, and the ACS was set up and operated in the south and north. The construction of the entire process was carried out in such a way that the southern part was raised first, the number of floors was raised, and then the northern part rose a few days later, catching up to the same height. This is the time-lapse of the frame construction. In fact, if the south rises first, then the north alternates. It can be seen that construction has been carried out. However, even though the optimal technique was chosen, there were difficulties during the process. Most typically, during the construction process, this mold collapsed once. This occurred on June 25, 2013. A worker working on the 43rd floor of the construction site fell to the floor of the 21st floor along with the ACS structure and died, while 5 workers who were working on another floor on the 21st floor were seriously injured by debris from the structure. ACS was basically a globally proven system that was very safe for high-rise work, but it was an event that showed that a moment of carelessness at the workplace could cause fatal accidents during construction. After all these twists and turns, Lotte World Tower could be built as a skyscraper in Korea. And this is the role that our team played this week. Thank you for listening to the presentation.